Xbox on.
Game on, baby. Wow!
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep.
Let's do this.
Hello and welcome to Xbox One Party Chat, the official podcast of the Xbox One subreddit. I am your host, Ross Miller, and I'm joined by everyone's favourite uncle. It's Uncle Jessy.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
And Rhys.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
I didn't have a quirky little remark for you this week, Rhys.
I noticed. That's why I decided to just take the piss out of Clay, who's back. Welcome back, Clay.
Hey, thank you. Let me mute my phone as well so I don't have all sorts of notifications going on. Yeah, I missed you guys. Haven't had a chance to chat with you guys. I have been super sick.
So anyway, we usually get started with what we've been playing this week. So Jessy, you've not been on for a few weeks. Let's find out what you've been playing.
Yeah, I've been playing a whole hell of a lot of Battlefield 1. I've been playing a lot of hardcore mode. I'm really enjoying that. And then the other one that I've been playing that I'm thoroughly enjoying, and probably over the next day or so I should be wrapping up, is Inside. And
you finally been playing that?
Loving Inside. It's so good. Yeah, I should have known going into it. It was made by the guys that did Limbo, correct? That it's just
correct.
Yes.
It is
Play dead,
brutal, and in some cases, I'm purposely dying just to see what it's like. But there's moments where I'm out loud going, "Oh my god!"
We call that the Prince of Persia effect.
Yeah, just watching the death animation.
Yeah,
I was going to say, is it called the Lara Croft effect? The Tomb Raider. Also
nowadays, more than likely, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, have you played the Dead Space series?
Yes. Dead Space was also
probably has some of the best and most gruesome deaths I've ever seen. Did you play Dead Space 2?
Yes, it did. I did not play.
Did you get to the eye poke machine?
No, I don't remember the eye poke machine.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it was like one of the most... Okay, this is spoilers for anybody who has not played Dead Space 2, but it's last gen, so I'm going to talk about it. There's a scene towards the end of the game. Ross, are you scared of spoilers here?
No, go for it.
Yeah, there's a scene towards the end of the game where you basically have to inject... Manually, you have to steer a needle inside the what's the black part of your eye? The iris?
The iris?
Yes.
No, the pupil.
No, the pupil. I've just agreed with you, the iris.
Into the pupil.
That sounds about right.
So you have to... You're sitting down in a machine that's like really small and tight, and this needle comes down, and you're driving it manually, and you have to steer it into the pupil of your eye when it will then stab down into your brain. It's absolutely gruesome and really like it's amazing. But if you get it wrong, it's got to be the best death in video game history. Seriously, just if you want to be grossed out, just go to YouTube and just search for Dead Space 2 eye poke machine or something like that. I'm sure somebody has some sort of 10-hour compilation of that death because it's amazing.
Whatever you want to do on a Saturday night when you're home alone, Rhys, that's entirely up to you. But
hey, we're all
Clay,
friends here.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Clay, so Inside, like, I've talked about this before, but
Yes.
there's definitely eureka moments where you figure out the puzzles.
Oh, yeah.
And
there's some tricky, like, some of those, I was going, you know what? I thought this might be a little trickier. And then I've gotten to somewhere I'm going, how in the hell do you get past this part? And I'm like, I've died, and I died, and I died. And I'm going, what am I doing wrong here? What am I doing wrong? And finally figure it out. Yeah, you eventually... There was actually one puzzle that I had to go and YouTube that was just driving me absolutely nuts. Outside of that, though...
You're a quitter,
I was
Clay.
a quitter. I gave up after like 10 tries. I was like, this is impossible. Who created this?
Play dead. We already told you.
Yeah.
So anything else in your sickness when you're sitting at home? Nothing better to do than play the Xbox?
Unfortunately, my wife was all over me. That sounds better than it was. No, I was like bedridden for probably close to a week. Super
bad.
sick. Yeah, super sick. Yeah, tonsillitis really sucks, folks. Hope no one ever gets that. That really kicked my ass for sure.
Rhys, what have you been playing this week?
Okay, me. I have been trying my best because I just moved house, and before that I went to the UK, so I've been quite busy this month. So I haven't really had a chance to continue playing Gears. But now that we've finally moved in, we're trying to slog through the campaign. I think we're about halfway through the last chapter. Enjoying it. But the characters in this story are really starting to annoy me, especially the woman. She's just driving me nuts with her stupidity. It's like it reminds me of like an 80s movie where it's like, should we call the cops? No, let's go deeper into the layer of the maniac because reasons. But the gameplay is great. Although those scions with the drop shot, whoever put those in the game, I'm going to find you. I'm going to do things to you that are largely unpleasant.
Yeah, there's one bit with one of them in a mine, and it's very tight.
Yeah.
And it's very, very hard to get away if you're playing it.
I think it's just kind of annoying because, the core concept of Gears is cover-based shooting. And then they, for example, there's a lot of weapons in Gears that will one-hit kill you, like the boom shot and the torque bow. They've been in the series since the first one, and they will one-hit kill you if you're playing on hardcore, and of course I am. So... but they have tells, the big guys.
Yeah.
The boomers, they say boom before they fire, and you can see the Theron guards charging up the torque bow. So if you get whacked, it's your own fault because you weren't paying attention. But this one, the drop shot basically negates cover, so there's no way to avoid it if you're in a tight place and you've got Dale and Marcus rubbing their face against you like hello. But yeah, we're almost done, and it's been good so far. I have liked the set pieces in the game. They've been pretty cool. And I had a little housewarming party on the weekend. Ooh. And we spent the whole week, the whole night playing because there was 4 of us. I did say little. We played Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time. We played Overcooked, and we played Stickball, that weird
yes. Yeah,
dodgeball game I told you guys about.
Yep.
Yeah. And it was just stupid fun, guys. Like, seriously, if anybody listening has got a bunch of friends together, download all 3 of those games, and you will have the best time ever. Especially Overcooked. It's just you will get so angry. But you'll have the best time despite being close to having this game will induce panic attacks, but in a good way. And Lovers in a Dangerous Space Time. Have you guys played that?
No, I've never heard of that.
I have. It's a great co-op game.
Isn't it? You haven't heard of it?
Yeah.
No. What is it?
Okay, it's a real indie darling. Basically, it's like this Technicolor cartoon sort of neon crazy world where you play these little space creatures called the Lovers, and they're like this, space superhero force. Basically, you have to destroy the force of anti-love or something ridiculous like that. But anyway, you've got a spaceship, and the game is like 2D, and it's basically like a 2D Metroidvania. But you got this little ship, and it's for 2 to 4 players, and all players are inside the ship. And the ship is it has functions. It has guns on the top and the bottom and the sides, and it has shields, and it has steering and map. And you have to if there's enemies on the left side of the ship, you have to run your little dude over to the left and hop on the gun and use that. So all 4 of you can mount different positions, like one guy steering, one guy driving the shields, and 2 guys on the guns is the most common configuration. And it's just really fun the way you can
Very cool.
work together and operate all the little parts of the ship, and it's just stupid fun, really family friendly, and just really fun because it's hard as balls, like seriously. But you can really turn the difficulty down to where basically nothing will kill you if you want to play with your kids, for example, and they'll love the colors and helping dad on the ship or whatever. But you can also crank it right up and have the game just whip you. Like it's like, oh, you want to be punished? Welcome to your Technicolor nightmare.
I just Googled it real quick, and I'm looking at screenshots. It's a really cool looking game. It's like super vibrant looking as well, which is
great.
great.
And the animations are really slick too, which helps a lot. Like your little dudes running around in the ship, they're animated and they smile and they cheer, and it's fun.
Very cool.
And what about you, Ross?
This week I played some more Titanfall 2, finished the campaign.
Oh, nice.
Thoughts?
Yep.
Did it hold your acclaim all the way to the end?
Yes, 100%. I loved it. I really, really loved the campaign, and so did my wife. My wife doesn't like wall running, and she still moaned after it finished about the wall running.
How can you not like wall running?
What?
Does she not like ninjas?
She doesn't like Mirror's Edge.
Oh,
she doesn't like the puzzle sections. Yeah, I know, opposites attract. But like, so I can understand some of the puzzles, like the extended bits of wall running. She found a little bit of difficulty with. I personally loved those bits. There is some so great mechanics in there, and by the end of the game, you really feel like a badass. That way, like nothing can really, really get you. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it wasn't too long, it wasn't too short, it was just right. There was enough variance in the game to excite me. I feel as if it had another mission, it might have got a little bit samey, but no, I don't say it's going to be the most replayable game ever, because it isn't. That's why it's got multiplayer. But yeah, it held my interest enough that I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really enjoyed it.
That's great.
So, from a person that was not interested in Titanfall, I've totally turned on the game. So I'm very, very happy about that, because I said I always want to see games being good, of course.
Yeah. I'll definitely
really,
pick it up
happy.
when it's on sale.
Yeah.
Definitely do.
Also, much to Sophia's dismay, I haven't played Overwatch this week.
Me either.
Surprised you haven't
you know
played
what,
it.
guys? I had my friend come over to my house for that little get together I mentioned. I had no idea that he listens to this podcast. I had no idea he even was aware of me doing this, and he made a wisecrack about me not playing Overwatch. So that's how deep this rabbit hole goes. I'm never going to live that down.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Overwatch fans out there. A lot of Overwatch.
There is a lot of Overwatch
they are
fans,
crazy.
Yeah, people love that game. But anyway, this is a show about the subreddit, so let's find out what's been happening in the subreddit this week.
You're listening to Xbox One Party Chat Podcast. This week in the subreddit.
So, user Kingroth, I hope that's spelled right, pronounced right, posted that Crytek, the developers of Rhys, say that their employees have not been paid. Again. Thoughts?
Not good.
Not good, but not surprised anyway.
Ross, you seem like you're familiar with this little
I know this. I do know about this story. I've read a little bit on it. No one wants to see any developer not getting paid, especially one that has been as talented not so long ago. If we look to the recent releases, was that released too early because they needed money?
You mean Homefront Revolution?
Yes.
It may have been. I thought it was Dambuster. As in, Homefront Revolution wasn't Crytek. They sold it to Deep Silver, who became Dambuster.
Right. Of course, yeah, of course. But that's part of it, isn't it? Like selling on your IP, and I feel for anyone who has a job there. If these stories are true, of course, we don't know if they are or not. If they haven't been paid for a while, of course, that means that your more talented staff will be snapped up and go away, and that's just a vicious circle. But does that leave IP that they own available for others to buy?
So basically, you're hinting at what is the top comment of the thread that was posted by King Roth, which is basically step 1, sell Rhys IP to Microsoft. Step 2, pay employees.
Yeah, that is exactly what I mean. Like,
question mark profit.
like Rhys still looks great. For a release game, you look at it and you go, "Wow, those textures."
Well, I mean, Crytek have always been. Crytek are not really game developers in the strongest sense. What they are is engine builders. Like they make amazing graphics engines.
CryEngine, yeah.
And that's what they're good at. And I mean, Crysis still looks incredible, and it's over a decade old.
Yeah, it does.
How old is Crysis?
Yeah, it's got to be over.
I'm Googling it.
It has to be over 10 years. Actually, you know what's funny is about this story as well is
it was released in
I've been holding out
2007.
2007, almost.
So it's 9 years old.
Yeah. The Rhys is risen to the top of my Christmas list for my wife that I provided to her.
This is the dad jokes episode.
I was like, all right, so this thing's never coming to Games with Gold at this point, so I'm just going to bite the bullet and have my wife buy it for me instead. So,
that's nice. I have never played it. This is not I don't really like hack and slash games very much.
I like brutal hack and slash.
There was something quite charming. Yeah, it was quite brutal, but it was something quite charming about sticking swords and spears into people. I really enjoyed Rhys, and if Clay is getting that for his Christmas, it's a guaranteed January Games with Gold in.
For sure.
Can't you guys play? Yeah, that's the way it goes. Thanks, Clay. You took one for the team. Doesn't it have co-op?
Yes.
Is it good?
But it's like online. It's like a different mode.
Is it multiplayer?
I've never tried it.
Oh, okay.
It's a sort of multiplayer wave type thing. I've never tried that mode. I got the game, I played through the single player, and I passed it on. I didn't ever try that mode, but from what I hear, it was quite enjoyable. So, hopefully there's life left in it, and hopefully there's life left in Crytek. As Rhys pointed out, they make absolutely brilliant engines, and no one wants to see anyone lose their jobs or any game developer fail, especially one that cannot build engines like Crytek. So we wish everyone at Crytek well over the Christmas period.
And if any of you want to be on a podcast, call me.
It pays
everyone
really
at Crytek
well.
has got Rhys's number.
Hey, I'm an important person. I'll have you know.
Yeah, whatever your mum says, fair enough.
My mom says I'm cool. Those Milhouse quotes up in here. What's next? Quick, get me out of here. I'm drowning.
Right, so Reddit's gamers posted the story that there should be more options to turn off your Xbox due to inactivity instead of just 1 or 6 hours. Now, that's quite an interesting story, and one I've not actually thought about, so I wanted to get your guys' opinion on, do you care on the environment? Or do you just say
I was
no?
about to make the most, like a really sort of dry and sarcastic comment, like which one of you two guys is in charge of picking these topics? But then I actually I checked it, and I can see why you picked it, because we are a subreddit related podcast, and this thread has 2,811 upvotes,
right,
which puts it in like the top 10% of all posts on the sub ever.
You know what I've literally never thought about? This topic.
What's that? There's over 233 comments, and everyone is really upset about it. So
what's it set to now? Let's ask that right now. What is yours set to?
I have no idea.
No.
Do you know what I don't care about?
I think
when my
turned
Xbox
off.
turns off automatically. I don't know, because you know what I do?
I think
turn
it's
mine
turned
off when I'm done with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I might be, I don't know, I'm not crazy.
And I mean,
I turn the damn thing off when I'm not.
The only reason why I know mine is an hour is our little recording sessions that we do weekly doing this exact podcast generally last for more than an hour by the time we set up and talk. And quite often I will pause a game and I'll go back to it and my Xbox is off.
oh.
So I know it's an hour.
My screen
But I've
dims
never
after a little
thought-
while, but I don't know if that's my TV or if it's my Xbox.
It's your Xbox.
Dear-
That's
'Cause mine does the same.
Dear
Yeah.
Microsoft, do you know what I'd like you guys to work on? Not this. I'll be the anti-Captain Planet here. There is like 1,000,001
You're
other
that guy.
features that I would prefer to have worked on than this one. You know what? If you don't want to use your
The fact that the
Xbox,
people in the
turn it off.
subreddit have talked about it.
Yeah, I'm more surprised that everyone was so angry about it. And there's actually quite a bit of incivility in here, guys. Please play nice with the other children. It's just this is a lot of people angry. You guys can't see these removed comments, but there's a lot of angry
really?
people in this thread. So yeah, I'm not joking. I'm shocked. This happened while I was away from the sub, so I completely missed this. But Microsoft, please do this because there are a lot of angry people. Seriously. What's the next topic, Clay?
Actually, no. Microsoft, instead, please implement Oculus support with your... Oh, wait a minute. You guys have already done that. So, bravo. The next topic
Nice
was...
segue.
Yeah, you like that? Was this past week, Major Nelson announced that you can now stream your Xbox One games directly from your Xbox One to an Oculus Rift using the Xbox One streaming app on your PC. So we've talked about VR a few times now. Does this interest any of you guys? And yeah. I'll leave it at that for the moment. It's going to go into.
By the way, I'm just going to jump in here. This thread was posted by, because you forgot to give credit, by RP Lay, who has been, I believe, mentioned on here quite a few times.
Quite a few.
Yeah, we seem to pick a lot of the stories, yeah. Yes and no, if that's a easy answer. Basically, yes, because I think it's a great function and people are going to get use out of it. And if I didn't have a kid and a wife, I would certainly get use out of it. Because A, I would have enough money to buy an Oculus Rift. And B, I wouldn't have to worry about being removed from the room. But no, because I've stated before, I am more into augmented reality than virtual reality for the same reasons. And I would rather there was a large TV on my wall in the room where it doesn't exist, rather than being totally removed from the situation with a VR headset for something which I can do on my TV or laptop currently. So it's more just down to my own life choices rather than my own personal choice.
I mean, you guys know my opinion on VR is I don't think very highly of it, but I will quote this little exchange here that sort of made me smile. It's within the thread. I'm just going to read it verbatim. Harry W. Johnson says, "I don't really see the point in this streaming app because it's not actual VR. You put on the headset to look at a screen? You can do that anyway, no? I just don't get it. Lol." And then Marky Rye replied with, "Ever wanted to play your Xbox on a Jumbotron while sitting on an asteroid in space? Now you can." And Retribution Leet says, "This guy gets it." that made me laugh pretty hard. So
well,
I can see now that someone puts it like that, I can understand.
Well, Rhys, I actually just tried that and actually played Forza Horizon. Actually, no, sorry, it wasn't Forza Horizon. It was just Forza 6. On an asteroid in space on a Jumbotron, and it was actually really damn cool.
So, what, he wasn't joking?
No, he was not joking. That is one of the settings. You're in this,
That's amazing.
cage out in the middle of space. It looks like a big asteroid type thing, and you have this screen that's in front of you that you can either make flat or curved and pull it in towards you or push it back away from you, depending on your visual preference there. And it actually looks like you're playing on a huge movie theater screen. It was actually a little bit more impressive than I thought it was going to be. I was going, I get it. It's kind of gimmicky. but I don't think anybody would really want to do this. If I had a really good PC and an Oculus and an Xbox, I would totally do this. It was very cool. It was actually really, really impressive. Also, the PC that they had this streaming to from the Xbox, there was probably... I think some people on the thread here were interested in what's the input delay or sort of like the lag. I couldn't really tell of any. There were a few occasions where the streaming dropped, but I mean, Ross, you stream games to your PC from your Xbox One. That all depends on your connection, and that can happen regardless of using the Oculus or not. So I saw that just a very few times, but it was really cool. It was really cool. You know what? One thing I will note, maybe it's just me, and I might be just a big sweaty bastard. I probably did it for like 5 to 10 minutes. It was kind of sweaty wearing an Oculus. So I'm going...
in winter?
What's that?
In winter?
In winter, yes. Inside of a store, the Microsoft store in Midtown Manhattan.
Imagine that in like Texas or whatever in the middle of summer.
Yeah. It was a little hot in that, but it was very cool. By the way, if you guys are in New York City, highly recommend going to the Midtown, the big flagship Microsoft store. It is like 3 stories of really cool tech. Also got to check out their really cool touchscreen PC that they rolled out about a month ago, which was really friggin' cool. And on an related note, New York City note, not related to Xbox, I also hit up the Nintendo store for the first time. That was really cool.
I was just about to say that. I saw that on Twitter. That looks so cool.
That was really cool. I was going, all right, I need to bring my kid to the city, and we need to go to the Nintendo store. It was just really fun to walk through there. They have so many cool statues. They have a huge history section of all of the consoles that they've ever released with the release dates and accessories. It was pretty wild. It was pretty wild. No.
Did you see
no mini NES either? I was on the hunt for the classic NES. No dice.
Did you see the video of Jimmy Fallon debuting the Switch?
I did. Oh. I did. I was a little jealous.
He geeked out so hard.
I would too.
Definitely.
I'm actually interested in grabbing that. They've got me.
Sign me up. But you guys know how I feel about Nintendo, so we don't have to talk about that. We should make a Nintendo podcast.
Yeah, there we go.
No. You're on your own.
Welcome to last week on Nintendo. Oh, wait, sorry. Wrong thing again? What are we doing here?
Welcome to last year on every other console. Anyway.
My heart.
Sorry.
I've got Yoshi's Woolly World. I don't need you.
Clay, I was going to say you can forget about taking your son to New York City and just take me.
Oh, there we go.
Because I want to go and check that out.
All right, boys, let me save up my airline miles, and I'll get you guys tickets to New York City.
Anyway, now I just wanted back to related to the story. You have now tried it, augmented reality and virtual reality. So what do you prefer?
Good question.
For me, the augmented reality I'm super interested in, but not for gaming so much. I see about 1,000,001 other uses with the HoloLens in particular, which was really cool when I got to try that earlier in the year. The VR, though, but whether it's the HTC Vive or the Oculus, man, there are some really fun game demos. I don't even think they're full-fledged games, but just the potential is there. And I think within the next year or two, we should hopefully see some really cool stuff coming our way. I'm very excited about next year with the whole Scorpio potential in VR.
Yeah, that is going to be a game changer for us, isn't it?
Yeah, as long as it has air conditioning built into it, I'll be okay.
It's given me an excuse to buy a 4K TV.
I don't know about everyone else globally. Right now, in this holiday season, within the last month, there have been so many 4K HDR monitor TV deals that have just, it's so tempting right now. It is so tempting, and I'm trying so hard not to spend between $300 and $800 or more on a new TV that I don't necessarily need right now, but I really want.
Is that all a 4K TV costs in the States? Sorry for talking over you, but is that
No
all
joke.
the 4K TV costs?
Yeah, you can get a 40-inch or like 42-inch 4K Samsung or Vizio. They've had deals where it's like $300 to $400. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. How good it is? I don't
It's
know.
about that. It's about that here. It's about like 400 to
I'm
500.
paying the
here.
Europe tax up here.
Yeah, well, more fool you. Anyway, sorry, it's the only time I can actually slag Europe for anything to do with living there at the moment, being British, but hey, what can you do? And it's also in the subreddit this week, in fact, just yesterday, it was announced that Bioshock 1, 2 and Infinite are now backwards compatible, and that was user the Little Moa, something that we said on this podcast we didn't think would happen because of the remaster.
I did not think
I
that
did
would
not
happen.
think it was gonna happen.
And that's not the only piece of backwards compatible news. It was also announced just today, in fact maybe about an hour ago before recording this, that Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon, which have both been massively requested, are available on backwards compatibility, and Lost Odyssey is free.
I'm sorry,
Go
what?
download it
It's
now.
free.
Lost Odyssey is for free right now.
Until December
Odyssey,
31st.
Yep.
Xbox Live, and
Download it right now. You can wait till the end of the podcast.
Nope.
It's good because there
Priorities,
isn't a
my
lot
friend.
of JRPGs on there, so to see one given away for free is a good thing.
Lost Odyssey is actually a good game. I know I played through it, and I don't like JRPGs, so that says something. But might also say the wrong thing. But if you like JRPGs, I have a lot of friends who are obsessed with them, and they all say very good things. In fact, Dave, the mod who's been on here a couple of times and mods Xbox One and our PS4, and he basically owns a PS4, so he can play the Uncharted games, the Last of Us, and JRPGs. That's basically the only reason he owns one, and he says very good things about it. So go and play Lost Odyssey.
Hey, Dave, if you're
Although
listening,
it was on something like 6 discs.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, I
Dave,
think it was 4 discs.
4?
Lost Odyssey was 4 discs.
Good luck downloading that.
I've already downloaded it,
Oh,
so it
nice.
wasn't too bad.
hey, Dave.
Right,
Dave?
also in the subreddit, just to round things up for the week. Forza Horizon 3 Blizzard Mountain has released. I'm looking forward to hitting the snow on that. Star Wars Battlefront is now in the vault, showing that EA Access is easily some of the best value that you can get.
Unless you work for
Xbox One.
Sony.
Yeah.
I can't
Very
believe
true.
they turned that down. Seriously, if you own a PS4, go and throw like a bag full for your own feces at the front door of whichever exec turned that down, because you really need EA Access in your life.
Yeah, it's the thing that keeps on giving on a month-to-month basis.
Have you guys seen the
So
new
much
Star Wars?
value. No, because it comes out at midnight.
Oh, well, you're living in the past. It's already been out here, but I'm going to go see it tomorrow.
Oh,
Clay?
jealous. I'm going to go try and see it this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same. This weekend, I'll go and see it. Also, COD Infinite Warfare is free this weekend. Are you guys excited to do some space shooting?
Nope.
Panama.
Nope.
Clay.
But I'm going to try it out. I'm gonna download it and give it a whirl. I'm actually more interested in checking out the campaign than the multiplayer. COD multiplayer. I've never
Is
tried
the
for.
campaign free?
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought the whole game was free. I could have
Ooh.
misread.
Well, maybe I will.
I could have
If I
misread.
get a chance
everything.
to play with.
Yeah, if the
Space
campaign's
Jones,
free, I will
want-
play it.
Yeah,
I
me
want
too.
some
I'll play it.
achievement.
Yeah.
But this is a pretty good weekend if you think about it. Like, you've got Lost Odyssey, Star Wars Battlefront, and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, basically for quote unquote free. If you happen to be subscribed to those services all at once, that's pretty awesome.
Actually, I will.
And a thousand Sea of Thieves player.
Yeah, that's right. The Sea of Thieves technical
will be
test.
this weekend,
Did you
isn't
guys
it?
get in?
We're not allowed to say.
So you didn't.
Someone might that you guys might know forgot to sign up. So
Well, look, this has been a shorter than normal episode. There's only one more couple of things we've got to run through for the subreddit. I'm going to start and say that next week will be our last normal episode of the year. But the week and maybe second week after that, we're going to be doing a best of 2016 special. It's been an amazing launch year for everyone that's been involved and everyone that started this podcast, every single fan, every single feedback, and we want to hear your favourite moment. So hit me up on Reddit, user Moss842, send us a tweet at X1PartyChat and let us know what your favourite moments of the podcast in 2016 have been, so that we can do a little compilation episode, including some never heard before outtakes.
And
everyone loves an outtake.
Everyone loves an outtake, but everyone also loves the Game of the Year awards. Go and vote right now. It's stuck to the top of the subreddit. If you haven't done it yet, go and vote for your Game of the Year. We will talk about that next week.
And for another week, Xbox turned off.
You said that like a question.
You're listening to Xbox One Party Chat Podcast, the official podcast of the Xbox One subreddit.
It's settled. Let's do this.
But anyway, this is a show about the subreddit, so let's find out what's been happening in the subreddit this week.
This week in the subreddit.
You know, we make that joke like every week.
No, we do.
Right.
It's not usually me, though, to be fair.
I was holding it back, man. I was really holding it back.
You haven't been here for a while, so we'll forgive you.
Snap!
Never mind this guy. He's
stories. I don't know what she says, actually.
Oh, good Lord. Okay, this week on the subreddit.
It's been however long, and I still don't know what she says. I don't have it memorized.
So,